Let us talk about something we all know a little too well. That nagging voice in your head, the one that whispers, "Are you sure you can do this?" Or, "What if you fail?" That's self-doubt, and it can feel like a constant companion, holding you back from chasing your dreams, or even just enjoying the moment. We often blame it on past failures or comparing ourselves to others. But what if I told you there's a much deeper, often hidden reason why you keep doubting yourself? And no, it's not just about not being confident enough. The real culprit is something called an unmet childhood need. Stick with me, because understanding this can genuinely change your life. When we were kids, we had fundamental needs beyond just food and shelter. We needed to feel safe, seen, valued, and unconditionally loved. We needed the freedom to make mistakes without feeling like our worth was on the line. But life isn't perfect, and our parents, despite their best intentions, weren't perfect either. Maybe they were overly critical, or maybe they were so busy just trying to make ends meet that they didn't have the emotional energy to cheer you on. Perhaps you only received praise when you achieved something, linking your value directly to your performance. Or maybe you had a parent who was anxious themselves, and you unknowingly absorbed their fear of the world. These experiences, big or small, can create a gap, an unmet need. For example, if you didn't consistently feel safe and secure, as an adult you might doubt your ability to handle challenges. Your inner voice says, "The world is unpredictable. You're not equipped to deal with it," which is just a grown-up version of a child's fear. If you weren't seen and validated for who you truly were, your quirky interests, your unique thoughts, your feelings, you might grow up doubting your own judgment and identity. You're constantly looking for external approval because you never learned to trust your internal compass. You think, is this the right choice? What will they think? Because you were taught that other people's opinions were more important than your own. This is where self-doubt plants its roots. It's not a character flaw, it's a coping mechanism you developed to navigate a world that didn't fully meet your needs. So how do we fix this? It's not about blaming our parents, it's about re-parenting ourselves. This means learning to give yourself what you didn't receive as a child. It starts with self-awareness. Try to connect your current doubts to a past feeling. When you feel that familiar pang of, "I'm not good enough," ask yourself, when have I felt this way before? Does this feel like a younger version of me? Often, you'll find the root of that doubt is an old, outdated story. Next, you need to consciously challenge that inner critic. When it says, "You're going to fail," you can respond with kindness and logic. Say to yourself, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm an adult now. I am capable of handling this. Even if I stumble, it's a learning experience, not a reflection of my worth." You're essentially becoming the supportive, encouraging parent you always needed. You are providing yourself with the safety and validation you craved. For example, if you doubt your ability to start a new project, remind yourself of past successes, no matter how small. Celebrate your effort, not just the outcome. This is how you fulfill that unmet need for validation. Another powerful technique is celebrating your own uniqueness. Maybe you were made to feel weird for your interests as a kid. As an adult, dive into them. Give yourself permission to be exactly who you are. This builds internal validation. You stop needing the world to tell you you're okay, because you are telling yourself you're okay. It's about creating a new internal dialogue, one that's based on compassion and self-acceptance, not fear and criticism. Think of it as updating your brain's software from a glitchy beta version to a stable, supportive operating system. Let's be clear, this is a process. It takes time and practice. You're unlearning decades of conditioned thinking. There will be days when that old voice of doubt is loud. That's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate doubt forever, it's to change your relationship with it. Instead of letting it drive the car, you put it in the passenger seat. You can hear it, acknowledge it, but you're the one who's steering. You are in control of your journey and your destination. Remember, your self-doubt is not the truth. It's an echo from the past. You have the power to quiet that echo by giving your inner child the love, safety, and validation it always deserved. You are whole, you are capable, and you are worthy, not because of what you achieve, but simply because of who you are. Start being the champion you've always been waiting for. You deserve to live a life free from the weight of old wounds, a life where you trust yourself and step boldly in the direction of your dreams. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single, compassionate step toward yourself. Let's talk about something we all know a little too well, that nagging voice in your head that whispers, "Are you sure you can do this?" Or, "What if you fail?" That voice is self-doubt. And if it feels like a constant companion holding you back from chasing your dreams or even just enjoying the moment, you're not alone. But here's the twist. Self-doubt isn't just about not being confident enough. The real reason runs much deeper. It's something I call an unmet childhood need. And understanding this can change everything. When we were kids, we needed more than just food and shelter. We needed to feel safe. We needed to feel seen, valued, and unconditionally loved. But life isn't perfect, and neither were our parents. Maybe they were overly critical. Maybe they were too busy just trying to survive. Maybe you only got praise when you achieved something, tying your worth to performance. Or maybe you absorbed their fears without even realizing it. And so, little by little, gaps formed, unmet needs. If you didn't feel safe, you grew up doubting your ability to handle challenges. If you weren't truly seen, you grew up doubting your own judgment. If love felt conditional, you learned to chase validation instead of trusting yourself. That's where self-doubt takes root. It's not a flaw, it's a coping mechanism. So how do we change this? It's not about blaming the past. It's about reparenting yourself now. The first step is awareness. When self-doubt says you're not good enough, pause and ask, when have I felt this way before? Chances are you'll realize it's an old story replaying itself, not the truth. The second step is to challenge the critic. When that voice says you'll fail, respond, "Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm capable now. Even if I stumble, it's growth, not proof I'm worthless." You're becoming the supportive parent you always needed. Here's where transformation really happens. Confidence isn't built in one giant leap. It's built in micro-courage, the small daily choices where you act despite doubt. Send the email, speak up once in the meeting, share your opinion, even if